of person. With a soul trying to fly, I aim to break the laws of nature and learn to love before I die. I was naked then, I'm naked now, and my nakedness well rock and roll. I woke up in the morning, feeling for my freedom, longing and I'm yearning, 'cause I don't know what I'm feeling. The voice on the radio said the world is ending. You wanna hear what I say? Yeah, I'm tired of pretending. Is this all there is? Is this all there is? There must be more than this. If it ain't so, we might as well rock and roll. We might as well rock and roll.
I guess it would help if I turned my headset on. There we go. So let me repeat myself as I realized that my audio wasn't on there. So what we're going to do here on the Dev Diaries is talk about, and really kind of get to know what the With Them Frontlines project is, and in that we'll be able to get a sneak peek and kind of the back end of what's going on while we're doing the development of the game. So With Them Frontlines is a multiplayer first-person shooter and a campaign game. So you got your classic Call of Duty kind of competitive style gameplay, but you also have your campaign mode. And really the goal of With Them Frontlines is to be able to show that it's okay to share your story. And we're working with a number of vets that have lived very, very, very awesome lives. People like Rick Lamb and Carl Erickson and Rusty Bradshaw, and we'll meet one of them tonight virtually. But really the goal of the project is to show that it's okay to share that story, and hopefully in doing so it helps others to feel okay with having even a smaller conversation. Really talk to somebody that they trust to hopefully stem and reduce ultimately the rate of suicide among veterans. The goal is to really kind of start it with a conversation if something's bothering that person, or whatever that might be. So if we actually go ahead and take a look, we can take a peek at the website real quick here. On the site, you can learn all about the game and all about the project. We also have the ability for you to get in, and throughout the year after we get through the development phase, we'll be hosting tournaments and we'll have other things that are going on. The goal is to create a community around this to help build, the community for vets, for game players, for gamers, the whole gamut. So, pretty exciting project. Again, please, visit the website and learn more about it. We just launched our Indiegogo, so our Indiegogo campaign is active and live. So we're looking to raise some funds to add some more developers. We are a small indie studio. We've got myself and 3 other team members in the lead of the organization. Lucas and Sean each have over 25 years military experience in the special operations forces and leadership roles. And then Jonah, our let's see, what was he? I think he's our chief director of technical operations, I think is Jonah's title. But he's actually serving right now, active duty. So a lot of direct input and direct drive, and kind of really understanding the project from its heart. Our goal is to ultimately make something that doesn't suck. So go check out the Indiegogo. Go check out the website. You can learn more and learn all kinds of things about the vets that are featured inside of the game and things like that up there. So get in on the Indiegogo early. You'll save yourself a couple bucks. You can support a good project. The buttons are down in the bottom there. Feel free to poke around and encourage it. So what we're here tonight for is, this is the first introductory Dev Diaries, and really kind of one of the core elements of the entire project is the fact that we do work with veterans directly to get their likeness and their image directly into the game. So one of the gentlemen that's part of this project is a member of the team here, Chris Van Zant. He's a 75th Ranger Regiment, 3rd Infantry Division. Currently working with the Global Soft Foundation, and he's been been around the world, been around, in a number of different situations. Just recently, he went through a little bit of heart surgery, a couple heart surgeries, and really kind of is a testament to everything that, goes into not only the fight during his deployment and the things that he was able to go through and things that he saw, but also the things that he faced after the fact. So what we're going to do tonight is we're actually going to work on Chris's character. So you're going to get some behind the scenes input. By all means, jump in the chat, ask questions. As we go through and we do more of these, you can tune in every Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Central Time, U.S. Central Time. And you can check out new things going on about the game. You might get some, behind the scenes gameplay. You might get some input about what the characters are doing. A lot of different things going on. Appreciate the follow. So without further ado, let's go ahead and kind of take a look at what we're using, how we go through, and kind of what the setup is. So the first thing, and really kind of the core element of our tool set, is a tool called Reallusion's Character Creator 4. So I love this tool. Huge fan. And inside of here, this allows us to really get to the depth of what goes into creating each one of the characters. And when we talk about like really kind of getting into the depth, what we'll do is we'll actually look at the different parts of what makes up Chris. So if we go ahead and actually take a peek here, and where am I at? We'll go ahead and have Chris's picture here. I can get it to show up. There we go. All right, so let's get rid of that one. There we go. So we'll get rid of the team photo there. So, Chris, what we do is we work with looking at the features of Chris's face. We look at the note, really kind of what goes into making that look exactly like it's supposed to. So, if we are, there we go. I glitched there for a minute. So we should be back here. Technical difficulties. That's how this rolls, I guess. So hopefully we will. There we go. We're back online. All right. So if we go ahead and actually take a look here, we can. What we look for is we look for the face structure. We look for the nose structure, the bridge structure, and we start to look at really kind of what Chris's features inside of his facial features are, right? Because we want to make sure that we're recreating the most realistic representation that we can. And Character Creator allows us to do that. We can actually get into the depth of looking at very close skin tones and pores and micro hairs and all kinds of cool things. So if we go ahead and actually jump in here, the first thing that we start with is we start with a base character. So these are generally male, female, and you kind of build it out from there. So we'll go ahead and we'll go into our character here, and we're going to start with Character Creator 4, Kevin. So Kevin here, he was just a basic dude, and Reallusion will load up a basic set of bone structures. The nice part is Reallusion's characters are also able to transfer over into the game content and the game engines directly. So I'll move my my little screen box here over the center here when it gets a little risky, but we can leave it right where it is for right now. So Kevin here is our basic male structure. So what we look for is the first thing that I start to do is I look back at our pictures, and if I'm looking at the various different details and the various different features within Chris's face here, I can see that, we're going to have to make sure that we get some of the general blemish and the facial features inside of the skin when we're looking at both the front and his side view here. You can see how we've got a little bit of pigmentation. We've got some birthmarks, some marks in general. So what we want to do is we want to actually try to recreate those features. So if we take a look at Chris's left here, we can see again just some more of the facial details. So when we get down and into the ears, these side views will become even more important. So first things first, let's go ahead and get our skin set up here. So some of the things that I like to do first is inside of our skin and our texturing here, we can actually see how these apply. Full skin, here we go. So we can actually see how these apply to providing the feel, the texture, the porous nature, the general layout of the skin. You can, and Reillusion, has the feature to be able to start with some of the characters that have pre-built skins, muscle structures, aging, things like that in here. There's a ton of available morphs and characters and things like that up on the Reillusion store. So would definitely recommend checking out the content store for more information and things like that. So starting with Kevin here, we're going to go back to our realistic skin. And this Chris is a pretty built guy. We're going to go with our athletic male here. So we'll load in our morphs, our skin and our tone morphs, our muscle morphs, and as well as our skin textures here. So what this will do is this will allow us to actually reach into the settings and the configurations within Reillusion Skin Gen tool to start making edits and tweaks and things like that. So I really appreciate everybody checking out the channel tonight. Say something in the chat. Say hello. 8 Foot Pike, what's up, man? Appreciate you checking out the channel tonight. As we build out some of the channel, if you come in and you check out and you hang out with us, you never know. We might give away some cool things throughout time. Might get some cool in-game items and things like that over time. Just never know what happens when you're hanging out with the devs. So if we take a look, we can see that we've got some wrinkle structure that's been added to his face. And if we come over to our palette here, we can actually see all of the different features that were imported in here, and we can enable or disable them, and we can look at how they actually react and what that layer of skin tone actually goes into. We can tailor that to the specific areas and all the rest. So here we can see with our fine wrinkle face. Now, for Chris, if we bring Chris's picture up here again, we probably won't need that wrinkled of a face. So we're gonna probably remove that, and we'll get rid of that here. We don't need that one. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go over to our wrinkles here. There we go, facial wrinkles. So we're gonna add our general. So Reallusion allows you to actually set, I believe it's 14 skin layers within the normal available Skin Gen pack, and if you actually get the Skin Gen Premium version, you can extend that so that you can add more layers, get more depth. The craziness is that as you start to go down the rabbit hole of not only in this case the wrinkles, but also the blemishes and the various different morphs and things that you can do. There's definitely a lot of content that you can go into. So here we can see some of the various different you know, alopecia and skin pigmentations and all kinds of depth to what types of skin. So you can really kind of create that custom that look. So let's go back to create and Chris here. So we're going to take some liberties here, Chris. So he's not on to defend himself tonight. So let's take a look here. So if we start building some of his body content here, we don't really need that. We're going to add some body hair. So if we come over to our hair here, let's see. Let's take a look at his photo. We don't have arm photos. We're gonna guess Chris has some hair on his arms. Let's go ahead and go with medium. Post up in chat if you think Chris Van Zandt has hairy arms. Let's take a look here. We'll say Chris has some medium hair on his arms here. So let's go ahead and zoom in so we can see where the textures actually start to align. And here we'll make sure that we're covering a little bit. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and over to chest hair here. So on the left here, you've got a number of different presets that you can pick from. Lots of different custom things that you can get and you can set up in Blender as well if you want to get even further into it. Thanks for the follow. Hair in particular, hair is one of the things that I prefer to do in Blender and then carry it over. Daz works as well, Daz 3D to do some of the hair functions, but we're not going to get into hair today. We're going to focus on the skin and face in particular. So, all right, so let's keep going here. Leg hair. You're probably not going to see leg hair in with them Frontlines. You never know, but the likelihood is that you're probably not going to see leg hair. But we're going to go ahead and give him a medium length curved leg hair. Chris seems like a guy who would have leg hair. All right. From there, really, let's go ahead and take a look at some of our body details. So inside of our sliders here, we can start actually manipulating the individual functions or the individual pieces of those layers. So for us right now, as we're kind of focusing on this, I'm going to leave the wrinkle structure and the skin tones until we start to get the actual face in there. The eyes, along with the ears and all the rest, will come up here as soon as we get the face in. So one of the cool tools that is in Character Creator 4 is the ability to actually do photogrammetry with a photo, with an image. So what it does is it'll take in the image and it'll start to recreate the face structure for us based on that image. So as we were showing before, we've got a nice picture of Chris here. So we're going to try to see if we can pull this out. Now, in a perfect world, we would have a fully clear image there without the hair in there, because the hair might actually come into the carryover. But we'll work through it. We'll see what happens here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take Chris's image, and we're going to be working with this same front image here. The only difference is that I'm going to crop this down a little bit so that we get rid of some of the outside. We're going to leave the shoulders, and we're going to leave the chest there so that we get a good distribution of skin tone. So when this comes in, it'll try to assess, and it'll try to apply the same skin tone as the image. So we're going to drag this in here, and this should give us a nice little pop-up. Getting rid of Chris's picture here. Why don't you want to take my picture? Oh, it's because I'm in skin edit mode. Yeah, let's go ahead and save that real quick here. So one of the things is if you're in any of these editing functions within the Modify tab on Reallusion, it'll disable all of your other features and functions and things like that. But that's where you can actually get the full view of what the skin tone is. So we've got Chris back, or Kevin in this case. No, he's not quite Chris yet. We're gonna make him Chris. So we're gonna come back here, and now we're gonna go ahead and copy our picture in here. So this will give us a little pop-up. Unfortunately, that doesn't show on the screen. You can see my cursor, but you can't see the little pop-up. So we're gonna set it to the current body type, so the skin type and such that we had on the back end there, and we're gonna just take his face in, and we'll edit it after it comes in. So Character Creator here is going to start analyzing that face, and while it does that, we'll go ahead and wait for it to update its meshes, and we'll check that out in just a minute. So if you're not familiar with Epidemic Sound, I highly recommend them. Royalty-free music. Check out the links. We'll add our affiliate links there in the bottom if you want to help us out. Check out Epidemic Sound. got a good, nice little mix there. So here we go. We got Chris. All right. So Chris's face came in a little bit wonky here, as we can see. So we're gonna have to work through this a little bit. So first things first, we can see where we've got our, as I called it, the hair that kind of crosses over his eye here. So we're gonna drop into skin editor here. So one of the things that we could do, and I may end up doing this actually in the next version, is coming in with Photoshop in here and starting to remove this. But we'll show how we do this. We'll work with it as it is, and maybe next week we'll jump in and I'll have an edit done to Chris's face here. So first thing that we want to do is we want to activate our image matching tools. And what this does is this actually allows us to figure out how much overlay we want to have with the actual image. So we want to have a good balance between this, because we want to have that structure, that photo look. But as you can see where our forehead and our scalp is a little bit too low. You can see where the jaws will have to be taken out, and we'll go through and we'll go and edit all of the bone structure here. But you can see where the work goes in. Now, let's take a look and see it. So we're going to want a little less. There, we're going to have to edit that a little bit. So that. So one of the things that we can see here is we've got a little bit of overlay, and this is where Photoshop will come in to clean this up inside of the eye there, so it overlays onto the eyelids a little bit. Not my favorite, but go back to Chris's picture here and take a look. So I'm going to skin tone a little bit and darken our skin tone just a hair here. And that really just kind of just takes the glow off of the skin tone, adds a little bit of depth to the final look on the character itself. So once again, I appreciate everybody tuning in and checking out the channel. With them, Frontlines is a project that we're pretty excited about. We've got the Indiegogo campaign that's going on right now, and go check it out. Take a look at the website. There's a lot of information up there, and about the project. You can go check out some of the vets that are involved. Get yourself a copy of the Indiegogo campaign specials. There's some cool unlocks and Indiegogo onlys that you can get up there. So we need support. We are a little studio trying to do some cool things. So appreciate anybody that goes up to and check us out, even just looking, pass the word out there. We also got a couple of other people that are involved in the project that'll come on to Twitch here and our YouTube channel, and you can learn more about the things that they have going on. Sean will be back with his charity roundup. Lucas will be on sharing some veterans benefits insights as they transition and work through it. We've got Rick Lamb, who's going to be coming on and doing some military history content. So yeah, a lot of cool things that are coming up on the channel here. So all right, so we've got our our skin just deepened a little bit. So got to work through actually getting the. Let me move Chris's photo here a little bit. So there we go. We're going to get a little bit tuned in here around his face. So if we go ahead and actually come out of our scene here, and we're going to go into what I like to call our tweak tab. This is where we actually come in and start building and editing the structure for our facial features. So one of the first things that we're going to do here is, like we saw in the image and the overlay, we need to make sure that we're vertically got the same kind of structure to his head here. So let's find. Here we go. Let's find our head. And we're just going to go. There we go. Narrow his head a little bit here. And let's take a look. Lift that up a little bit. So we're just going to work through this top of the head here first. And then once we get that structure in place, then we'll move down to his jaw and we'll start to flush this out. So take a look here. And what we're doing is we're looking for the amount of forehead that really kind of breaks at the top here. It looks proportionate here. We can always come back here and make some edits as well. All right, so let's go ahead and move down towards his jaw here. Inside of the jaw, what we're going to do is we're going to start to kind of bring out the corners of the jaw and start with the general scale and bring that out a little bit and start bringing the corner of the jaw more defined here. Let's go ahead and check out the side image. Here we can take a look and we can see where the jaw draws in and it's kind of flush in there. Then we want to go to our neck. Here. All right, and then go ahead. While you guys are watching, I'm gonna turn on some music here, and we can have that in the background here. So while we're working on this, we can just have that running. Go ahead and to work this section here. We need to get this jaw, and then we need the inside here come out a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and find our neck. Find our it's the back of the neck. So we're gonna go ahead and put it back to 0. Go. See, we're got our neck muscles in here. Trying to frame out. Push his head out of the way here. So what we're doing here is we're working on building his neck structure here so that we can start to build the jaw out. Let's come in here. We're getting there. You get some corner details. How's everybody doing tonight? We got a couple in here. If you're feeling like jumping into chat or have any questions, feel free to say something. I appreciate you spending your Wednesday night with me here. We are working on creating one of the characters for with them Frontlines here. So this here is Chris Van Zant, one of our featured military veterans game, and we are working on creating his likeness here in Reallusion Character Creator 4. Again, if you're hanging out, say hi on chat there. Go ahead and take a look at his side profile again here. Work on the chin. Let's see if that helps us. You're looking. We'll need to get some work on here. Still got quite a bit of a ways to go here. So again, anybody hanging out with us tonight, appreciate it. Drop a like, drop a follow. Check out the project. Check out the game. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool project, if you ask me. Let's see. Still working on getting this section right. So we need to come in over here. Let's see. What we're looking for is we're looking to build this section out right here. I want to make that a little bit more defined in there. that I'm looking for? Well, we got a couple people in here watching. Again, appreciate you spending your Wednesday night with me. What we're doing here is we're working on building one of the characters for the With Them Frontlines game. So we are right now we're trying to find the setting so that we can get Chris's face here to look just right inside of the jaw here. What I want. Look at his forward photo here. Take a look at Chris. Probably draw the shoulders in a little bit. There we go, the shoulders. Give Chris some more definition there. Yeah, we're still gonna keep working at flushing this out. Yeah, we'll keep doing this. This will be Wednesday nights at 11 p.m. Central Time. You can come jump in and hang out and ask questions. You might catch some in-game footage. You might catch some working on working on a character like we're doing tonight, you might catch some. You never know. This is kind of a behind the scenes look at what's going on, really with them development, and really kind of what we go through in the development phases of bringing these characters to life. We put a lot of time and effort to make sure that as we're taking a look at who these guys are and what they've done, that we're very conscious about how we get that message out, and how we go about interacting with the stories, right? Just like anybody that would be checking this out, and all the veterans out there, a lot of people see them as maybe a single day that might be Memorial Day, or they might see the fact that they've been injured, and most people just see that there's one day in that vet's life, and we really see that there's so much more. There's a before, there's an incident or an experience, and then there's everything after as well. So our goal ultimately is to make sure that we're telling the stories right, and we're working with each one of these guys to create that realistic feel and that experience. So I appreciate everybody jumping in and being part of our stream here, and being part of something cool. We really appreciate everybody that has checked out the project, that has looked at it, that is out there. We're coming up at the top of my hour, which will be repeated next week. You can jump on, and you can come up with some questions for next week. I highly encourage you to go and check out with them Frontlines. We've got a lot of details up there on the site with them.vet. You can check out the Indiegogo campaign. Get yourself a hat, get yourself a T-shirt, help support some cool things that the project's doing. I appreciate all the follows, and keep a look at the channel. We'll have more content coming out. We'll get some gameplay stuff. We'll have some streaming stuff coming out, and I really appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. So again, check out the site, check out the content. Would appreciate if you go over to the Indiegogo and take a look at the campaign over there. If you can't financially support us, we get it. If you know somebody that needs some help, have them reach out. If we're looking for people to be part of the project, again, reach out to us, share it out. Whatever you can do to get the word out, we appreciate it. And appreciate everything that all these service members have done. We appreciate, everything. Go through a lot, man, and give up so much. So that is my time for this evening. We will continue next week. We'll probably jump into Chris here again. We'll see where he's at next week. Maybe we'll jump into the game next week and come tune in and see some in-game footage before everybody else does. I mean, that's the benefit of hanging out with me. So thank you guys very much. I appreciate it, and have an awesome evening.